Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to dive into this 5-day creative challenge with you all. It's something that just came out of my heart one day, and I was like, yeah, I need to share this with other people because we are creatrixes and we need to be creating and getting in the flow and tapping into our inner child more and more. So, thank you for being here. I'm going to do a little video to talk a little bit about why we're doing this week, and I'll share what the first challenge is. So yeah, I feel like as we get older and as time goes by, we really lose touch with our true essence, our spirit, and our little girl, our little boy, that inner child. And it's wild to me when I think back to who I was when I was a 5-year-old girl, or whatever age comes to mind. I was so radiant and fun and just carefree and fearless, and I was constantly creating, singing, dancing, making art, exploring. Everything was like interesting and exciting and new. And I've really reconnected with that little girl a lot the past few years, but for a while I felt super disconnected to her because of just so much life conditioning and society and, all the stories that we learn along the way. And it's never, I guess not never, but a lot of times it's not even conscious that we start to shift the way we are and we get further and further away from this little girl or little boy. And I think we all need to be really tapping into that part of us because, first of all, they still live within us. That's a part of who we are. And second of all, I feel that our little girl or little boy is the closest we've ever been to our true highest self, our true spirit, our true soul, because we were so innocent and we were truly here to explore and have fun and love and be loved and create. And so this challenge is really a way for us to get back in alignment with that little version of us, and start to feel more joy and fun and just more connected. When I take time to create, whether it's painting or writing, or so many other ways that we create, I just am so much more in the flow. And I think a lot of times what we do is we take the things we're super passionate about, whatever hobby or part of your work that you really, really, really love, and we say, yeah, we'll get to that after we do all of these things. Like, how often do you put the thing you really love at the bottom of the to-do list? So it's like, once I get all this stuff done, like maybe I'll have time for this. And I notice that a lot. The thing I love isn't prioritized a lot of times. It's like, well, that's just like kind of a bonus. And I really have shifted that in my creating my schedule. So, I have a lot of stuff I don't love to do, but feel like it's really important, and I need to start my day doing something that feels good. So whether it's meditating or taking a walk on the beach or scheduling time to just paint whatever I feel like painting or write whatever I want to write, allows me to get in that creative flow from the beginning, and then my day just feels so much more exciting. I feel so much more tuned in, I feel so much more connected, and inspiration comes to me in very unexpected ways. So the point of this challenge isn't to create a certain thing, because I think that's another thing we do, is we have a vision of something we really want to make, but we turn that into a chore as well. So a lot of you probably know that I've been working on a children's book for a while now, and this came purely out of a desire from my soul to write a book and illustrate it because I loved it so much. It was a message I wanted to share, but somehow I've even managed to turn that into something I have to do, a chore. And I've kind of gone up and down through this for the past year or so, but it's interesting as I think back on it, because it's like, hey, that's something I actually wanted to do, but I've managed to make it work. And whenever you turn something into work, it kind of puts this negative connotation on it. So I'm really working on just shifting my thinking from like, oh, I have to do all this, to I get to do this, and coming back to the play portion of it. So the whole point of saying that is this challenge isn't about creating a specific thing because you have to do it. It's about creating from pure creation and joy just because it's fun. Just for the pure act of creating and tapping into inspiration and letting whatever is meant to come through. Because when we're in that state, you'd be so surprised about the random inspiration that comes through, and it's never really random. It's meant for you, but a lot of times we're too busy to even notice it, or our thoughts are too loud to hear it, or we're not making time to even allow it the space for it to come through. And so we're doing that this week. So that's a little spiel for you guys about what is coming from my heart right now and what I'm trying to convey with you all. So the first challenge of the week is very simple. Take yourself on a nature walk, a little nature adventure. And so for you, the nature might be the beach. And I'm very blessed that this is my backyard. But nature could be the park by your house. It could be your backyard. It could be taking a break from work and taking a walk around the neighborhood. It could be anything that gets you outside, where you're feeling the sun, you're feeling the breeze, and you're connected to the earth. And so there's a few ways that you can go about this. My suggestion is to first make it an intuitive walk. Give yourself an amount of time. If you only have 10 minutes, 10 minutes is fine. If you want to make it a longer walk of like 30 minutes, go for that. So set a time and then allow this walk to be very intuitive. Don't have a specific destination in mind. So you can allow your intuition to guide you. If you feel called to turn left or to walk down this road or to pause here for a moment, do that. Allow your intuition to speak through you, because there's usually a reason why you make these intuitive decisions. The second thing is, I want you to be in the realm of presence. So you can walk around and just truly observe your surroundings as a little girl or little boy. So imagine you were a little kid walking around and seeing this space as completely new. When I spend time with little kids, everything to them is exciting. Like, look at this grain of sand. Like, look at this piece of whatever. Start to see things as exciting and new again. So really take something in. If you pick up a stone or you pick up a rock or a shell or you see a flower, take a moment to just observe it and see it through new perspective and new eyes. And yeah, just take a moment to really take it in. A lot of times we're walking and we're thinking, we're planning, we aren't really even taking time to look around at what's around us. So this is your chance to take it slow and notice. So as you're being present in the moment, some ideas might come through. Like maybe you will have an intuitive thought and an idea for something will come through, and just let it take you wherever it takes you. You don't have to force anything to come through. Maybe nothing really exciting will come through and the whole joy will just be to be in the moment, because that's really what it's all about. The third thing that you can do on this walk is, if you do see something in nature that inspires you, you can start to collect some stuff. So again, think back to when you were a kid and my boyfriend's daughter is constantly like, oh my god, like take this piece of shell and we're gonna make something with it later. So yeah, start to see things that feel inspiring to you and you can start to collect them. And I don't want you to go and like obviously pull flowers that are beautiful and alive, but if you see a leaf on the floor or some pebbles or whatever that is really speaking to you, start to collect them. And then when you get back to your house, or even park yourself down in the sand or on the grass and start to create something with it. So this is in a practice of non-attachment and impermanence, because you can take a few shells and create a design on the sand, right? And you're not going to take that with you. It's just there. It's art for the pure fun of creating art. Maybe you gather a bunch of leaves and you create a little mandala design. Who knows what comes through for you in that moment? But the whole idea is to create just for the pure fun of creating. You're not taking these things with you. You're not trying to add value to it or make it mean anything except that you are in creative mode. So those are some ideas that you can take with you during this nature walk. And really, as you do so, tune into how it feels to be on this walk. See things through that childish, exploring mind that we all have within us, and come back and share how your experience went. So if you make something really cool, share with us a picture of it. If something comes through, I want to hear, what is it? What came through? How did it feel? Did it spark a memory? So please share as much as you feel called to. I'm going to go take my nature walk now, and I will share what comes through for me. So please reach out if you have any questions or anything you want to share with us. You are welcome to use your voice and be heard here. All right, I'm sending you a lot of love and creation.